today we will share the sixth part of her book, I Have Come to Take You Home. Chapter 6, Initiation. Initiation actually is just a word for opening the spirit. You see, we are crowded with many kinds of obstacles, invisible as well as visible. So the so-called initiation is the process of opening the gate of wisdom and letting it flow through this world, to bless the world as well as the so-called self. But the true self is always in glory and wisdom, so there is no need of blessing for that. Initiation means the beginning of a new life into a new order. It means that the Master has accepted you to become one of the beings in the circle of saints. Then you are no longer an ordinary being. You are elevated. Just like when you enroll for university, you are no longer a high school student. In the old times, they call it baptism or taking refuge in the Master. The process of initiation. By the grace of the Master and by the God power inside, we get cleansed, even though we are not very pure at the time of initiation. We see light and hear sound when we break through the prison door, because they exist beyond the material existence. That is why we call it instant or immediate enlightenment. It means that at the time of initiation, we are in contact with higher worlds, and that we are no longer disconnected from them. Let's say that it is a sunny day and you are in your house. If you do not open the door, you can't see the sun. Similarly, the light and the sound of God exists, but we are closed out in the prison of our own thoughts, prejudices, and actions from many lives, and we cannot see or hear. During initiation, the Master gives us a chance to break through once and for all. But we have to keep going because there are many more levels to discover. Actually, initiation is only the beginning, although it is a great start because many people work from the lowest chakra up to the top one, and this can take maybe 10 years, whereas we begin with the top one. The Master draws the whole power all the way to the top of the head so we can see the light. This is the door to heaven, and you will go to many mansions. When we transmit this method, we do not even speak, and you will get the best enlightenment. You will get something you never had before, and you will feel something you never felt before. So light, so relaxed, so beautiful, so sinless. That is the meaning of baptism. When Jesus was baptized by John the Baptist, he saw the light that came down like a dove. So when we are baptized by a person who claims that he can baptize you, he must give you at least some light, just like this dove that came from heaven, or a light like a big flame that is mentioned in the Bible, or you will hear the sound of God like the thunderous voice of God, or the sound of many waters. Then you are sure that you are baptized. You'll hear the inner vibration or God's voice, but without these ears. You'll see the light of God without these eyes. I cannot speak of it. You see, language and intellect belong to the realm of mind and matter, limited, not soul and God, unlimited. Our thinking arises from data, from learning, from other people's thinking. Our soul and God's nature are spontaneously self-born, self-existing, supporting and pure. Anything that is influenced by society, by thinking, by philosophy or by language belongs to the intellect and not to wisdom. So I can only transmit it in complete silence. This is why we call it mind-to-mind or heart-to-heart transmission. The benefits of initiation. After initiation, the light from within will shine forth to show us the kingdom of God, to lead us to our real home, and we will find our true state of being with such happiness that we never knew before in this world. We will overflow with all the beauty and virtue that we try to cultivate, but never completely achieved before. The heavenly teachings through the inner language will revive all the wisdom that we possess, but were so far unable to use. Then we will be the most satisfied person, and nothing in the world could offer the same effect. After initiation, you have inside help and protection, and also outside contact. Inside is when you meditate, you might see the Master helping, or you may see light and feel good, comfortable and blissful. You will feel your wisdom growing more and more each day, and that your love expands to infinity. That is when you know that the method is successful, is very useful. Otherwise, how do you measure it if everyone tells you to do something, to close your eyes and believe it, and offers you no proof? Proof we must give you, proof you must demand, and you will have it at the time of initiation, immediately and continually afterwards, every day. You will experience miracles for yourself when you are in trouble, when you have an accident, when you have no one to turn to. That is when you know God's power. That is when you know you love God. That is how you know that God is protecting and loving you. Otherwise, how do you know? How do we know that God exists? What is the use of God when we don't see Him, or we don't see the protection and help when we are in need? We might not ask Him to come every day, but when we need it, we must feel that someone is there. So that's how you worship God even more as a Christian after practicing the Kuan Yin method. That's how you become a better Buddhist and more grateful to the Buddha, because you know what a Buddha, an enlightened master, is now. We see, we feel, we experience the protection, the blessing power in every moment of our life. I Have Come to Take You Home is free for download at smchbooks.com and has been published in Arabic, Olaxese or Vietnamese, Bulgarian, Chinese, Czech, English, French, German, Greek, Hungarian, Indonesian, Italian, Korean, Persian, Polish, Romanian, Russian, Spanish, and Turkish, etc.
Like to live well here and forever in heaven? Choose vegan.
Delightful viewers, thank you for your presence today for Words of Wisdom.